Okay, my name is Bob Weeks. I was introduced to ProArgi-9 by John Hewlett about 1.5 years ago, and I started out taking 2 scoops a day. No, excuse me, 1 scoop a day for 60 days, and that didn't do much. And then I tried to buy my own stuff and make my own concoction according to the protocols that I thought I understood, but took that for 4 months, and that didn't work out too well. Then John convinced me to be a little more humble and take more ProArgi-9. I did. I started taking 4 scoops a day, which is 4 bottles a month, and actually things started to happen. Within 90 days, my blood pressure had gone down 20%, and I thought I was well on my way. Had my cardio pulse wave test done, and I had dropped 10 years in my cardio age and in my heart age. So I thought everything was on course. Now remember, I'm a tough case. I started out pretty high cardiovascular disease because of the amount of high blood pressure, 250 over 150. After about 90 days, I was down to 170 over 110. That's a substantial reduction. Still high. Then started going down again to about 145, 150 over 90, and then it started going up again. I was quite shocked, and I'm now into the 5th month, and I'm visiting at the High Desert Heart Institute with Dr. Prendergast and Dr. Siva, and I understand that I'm remodeling inside my veins. Well, that's a very complicated issue for me, so they took me over and showed me a vessel and showed me where in between the 2 walls there was actually mush moving around. It was no longer hard like concrete, because that's what it is when in the first format of your high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, you've got very hard calcium. So then I'm understanding that this is moving around in between the 2 walls, and it causes the pressure to go up and down. This is about 6 months out now, and at least I'm understanding now what's going on, and I have enough understanding to stay with it. I started increasing my intake to 5 scoops a day, and within another 90 days, I'm now retested. My pressure's down to 130 over 80. And my veins are completely cleaned out. This is 9 months into the process, and they're like Teflon. No more plaque whatsoever. But my heart is still aged. I'm still in the 60-year age on my heart, but my heart age is actually coming down. And then it's not so important the age, but it's the markers are coming down. So I am going along. I take a test, an ADMA test, and find out that I'm actually l-arginine resistant. At 5 scoops a day, I still had low levels of l-arginine. I was really shocked. And that test evaluates the possibility of cardiovascular disease, and I was on the high end of that. And the only thing I can do now to really eliminate all risk is to increase the l-arginine, which I've done to 7 scoops, and cut out the simple carbohydrates of my diet. And under that format, I can defeat cardiovascular disease and live without the possibility of it coming back into my life. And I might be able to decrease the l-arginine when I get down to about a 15-year-old on the cardiovascular aging, and I suspect that'll be another 2 or 3 months out. And I think I'm the hard case, but as I think about all of the people that I know who have stopped taking it because they didn't find results, I think basically that's it. They didn't stay with it long enough and with high enough quantities of it to really defeat the cardiovascular disease. And frankly, from my perspective, I think the high blood pressure is the last part of the process of reversing that takes place. I think the early signs of reduction are just relaxation of the vessel, but the real cleaning out and the reversing of the hardening of the arteries really takes time, and you're looking at a full year to really accomplish that in the case where you're pretty far along on cardiovascular disease.